Happy Batman Day. This is part 2 of the Batman 80th anniversary celebration here on the Popper's Pit. If you have not seen episode 1, I'm going to link it up here right now. That way you can see it before the show starts. All right, let's go.
If you want to know what pops to get, then pop on down to the Popper's Pit. Like, share, subscribe are the buttons to hit when you pop on by to the Popper's Pit.
What's poppin', Poppers? Happy Batman Day. Welcome to the Popper's Pit, the place where I share my love of Funko Pops with you. Now, this is part 2 of a 2-part episode, so I'm going to put a link to part 1 up here. And please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That way that you'll be in the loop for the next Popper's Pit. Now, September 21st, today is Batman Day. It was created to celebrate Batman's 80th anniversary. And as I said in the past episode, he was created in 1939 in Detective Comics 27 by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. He is a billionaire Bruce Wayne who dedicated his life to fighting crime after both his parents were killed. And he is one of my favorite superheroes, even though he's not a superhero. But being that my first Batman movie that I saw in the theaters was this one in 1995 when Val Kilmer took over for Michael Keaton and Tim Burton was replaced by Joel Schumacher. This is the Batman Forever pop. Now, this pop I would have done a little bit differently. I don't know exactly how. I do enjoy that he has the Riddler's clue in his hand, which indicates that the Riddler was the villain of the movie. I like the package design. I would have liked them to indicate that Two-Face was also the villain in the movie, played by Tommy Lee Jones. But other than that, it's a good pop. It has the eyes with the face paint as the Michael Keaton 1989 one has on. Other than that, it's an okay pop. It's not the best pop, but I'm still going to give it a 4 out of 5 because, as I said, Batman Forever was the first Batman that I saw in the movies. And it's really not a bad pop. I just would have done it differently. So, and as you can see here, I have an original 1995 Batmobile by Kenner. Yes, that company. The old timers will know that. It used to light up, and it probably still does. I just need to put more batteries inside of it. But actually, this thing right here, fire. Let's do it right here. Oh, look at that. So, let's move on to the next pop, and I am actually going to do a variation of Batman, Owlman. Now, Owlman is an evil version of Batman from Earth 3. He, I don't know his real name, but I do know, it's Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne is Owlman. Thomas Wayne Jr. on Earth 3 is their version of Batman, and he is an evil character. He's a villain, depending on which spectrum you want to look at, because good and bad always depends on how you look at it. But Owlman originally was it's a Golden Age character, but they evolved it into a more high-tech, an actual super-powered, super strength. He has some chemical enhancement that helps his cerebral cortex move faster, that way that he thinks and processes things faster. He is part of the crime syndicate, which is the opposite of the Justice League. And from his world, everything is opposite of the Earth that Batman is from. Like President John Wilkes Booth was shot by Abraham Lincoln. Columbus discovered Europe, and Europe rebelled against America in the Revolution. So everything was opposite. If you want to watch a really good movie that has Owlman in it, you can watch Crisis on Two Earths, the Justice League animated film. James Woods does an excellent job of Owlman's voice. And I bought this. It was on sale And I like that it's the opposite of Batman. Actually, what I like here is the Owlman logo is in the same font as the Batman 1989 movie. So I enjoyed that. And they chose an owl because they're nocturnal creatures as well as bats. And I like that he has the little feathers on the cape here. It's a good figure. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's a very well done Owlman figure. All right. Now, we're usually you save the biggest for the last, but I'm going to go with this one before the last one. And this is the Batman and Green Lantern comic moments. This is from the New 52 Justice League storyline, where it's the reboot of the Justice League. And what ends up happening is Batman's on the run from the cops because they still consider him a vigilante. And here, I'll get to the scene in the back. Green Lantern ends up stopping him in his tracks. And what ends up happening is that I really like is Batman steals the ring right off of Hal Jordan's finger and looks at it and is like, oh, how does this work? Do you think about it and it comes true? Like, this must be alien technology or something like that. And later on in the comic story and the movie, Hal Jordan goes, wait, you're not just a guy dressed up as a bat, are you? And like Batman just gives him a look, and then Hal's like, oh, wow. Everybody's afraid of you, and you're just a guy. You don't have any powers. So I like this. I like the recreation of the scene, and it's a good pop. When I saw it in GameStop, which it's a GameStop exclusive here, I had to buy it. Luckily, it was at a decent price, but I was like, okay, I have to buy this because Batman and Green Lantern are two of my favorite characters, and they're here in one pop. So I killed two birds with one stone. I would give this 5 out of 5 if you see it. It's actually a little cheaper than I bought it for, so it's last I saw it was $18, $19 in GameStop, and definitely if you have a chance to buy it, buy it. It's a good piece of Batman memorabilia to have. All right, so I showed you that one first because this next one is a combination of Batman and Green Lantern. Now, I didn't know too much about this, and I actually am going to give credit to Comicstorian for telling me, not telling me directly, but telling the story of the Dark Knight's Metal storyline. And for those who have not, I'm going to put a link to it up here. That's how much I enjoyed this telling of this story. It's basically Batman has been part of a prophecy of bringing the dark universe to light, and there's all multiple Batmans of other Earths that are other forms of superheroes. Like there's the Red Death, which is the Flash. Then you have a cyborg version, you have a Doomsday version of Batman, and an Aquawoman version of Batman, and Batman mixed with Ares, the god of war, who's a Wonder Woman version of it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a really, really, really good read. Or if you want to look at the Comicstorian, he has a version where you can watch them individually, or he has a huge, longer version of it. I highly recommend it. It's like I had it on while I was doing other work, and it's like listening to an old-fashioned radio show where he describes everything perfectly. He describes the situation. It's not so much in detail of what happens, but I can't even describe how good it is. So please watch the Comicstorian. And this right now is Batman as Dawnbreaker. Now, this was a Hot Topic exclusive, as was Owlman. Now, Batman as Dawnbreaker is the Batman of Earth 32. Now, what happened is when Bruce Wayne witnessed his parents die, instead of the Bruce Wayne of Earth Prime, which is the Batman that's the original Batman, when Bruce Wayne witnessed his parents die, he was full of fear. But this And that's what ended up turning him into Batman, because he used fear as his way of he used fighting crime as a way of overcoming his fear. Now, this Bruce Wayne of Earth 32 was not afraid, and he was full of anger and rage, but he overcame his fear, and that's why a 12-year-old Bruce Wayne was given a Green Lantern ring, because as the ring came, Bruce Wayne of Earth Sector 2814, you have overcome a great fear, and you've become worthy of being a Green Lantern. So he took the Green Lantern ring, and he used to hunt down his Joe Chill, who's his parents' killer, and he was able to have enough willpower to override the one rule that the ring has, and that you can't kill anybody with it. There's no lethal force with the Green Lantern ring. And he overrode it, and he killed Joe Chill, and a whole bunch of other Green Lanterns came down, and he killed them with the ring. And he was like, I'm never gonna, I'm never going into the darkness again. I don't like the light, so I'm gonna destroy the light. And he developed a new trick that the ring can do, which is called blackout, where he completely turns out all light sources and creates construct of demons and whatnot. And it's just this is Batman and Green Lantern gone evil. This is, as I said, go to Comicstorian and watch this, or buy the comics if you want to read the whole story, if you don't want to listen to somebody talk about it. It was really good. And to be honest with you, I recorded these episodes last night, and once I did a little bit more research about Dawnbreaker, I had to rewrite this, because I just had to share the story of the Dark Knight's medal, because that's how amazing it was. And as I was saying, I want to buy more Funko Pops of Batman, and I want to try to get all the Dark Knight medals, because that's how much I enjoyed that story. So these are my Batmans. I hope to have more, so eventually we will have another Batman one. I want to get the Batman animated series, the regular, the one that of the robot clone that he has. As I said, I want to get the Dark Knight's medal ones. They're coming out with Batman Red Dawn. No, not Red Dawn. Batman Red Sun. There's just so many ones that I want to get. I want to get a Dark Knight, because that is one of my favorite Batman movies. I already have a Joker one. But for the pops that I have of Batman, I think they're pretty good. I just want to build on it, because I have a love of Batman. They have a Batman and Robin one. Not the movie. We don't talk about that movie. But a literal Batman and Robin from the 1960s version of them. Them being on a roof. There's a couple that I want to get. And of course, once I get them, I'm going to share them with you, because I'm pretty sure there'll be another Batman Day. And talking about Batman Day, they're supposed to be lighting bat signals around the world in certain countries. So if you're in a city that has the bat signal and you see it, please share it on my Instagram with me, or send it to my email. I'll share it on the next episode. But please let me know. And talking about my Instagram, I have the Pals of the Pit in the information below, which is at WUWWrestling, and we have our show on October 5th. You have the S&D podcast, the Empty Arena podcast, Art by Ali, and StephenKeslowitz.com. I also like to remind you, I'm going to be at Comic-Con on October 3rd, that Thursday session. So if you see me, say hello. If I already saw you and you're watching this later, I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm going to end this episode by asking you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and on a pop. Thanks for popping by. Make sure to please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, as well as pressing that bell icon. That way you can be alerted the next time the Poppers Pit has a new video. Also, check out my other videos. Leave a comment. Check out the description, which has a couple of links to the Pals of the Pit. All right. Can't wait to see you next time.
Like, share, subscribe are the buttons to hit when you pop on by to the Poppers Pit.